Assange outside the offices of our Prime Minister Albanese. So we are two groups today. The Team Assange Sydney, joined by the wonderful Blue Mountains for Julian Assange. Bravo, bravo. It's a fantastic day and a fantastic number of people, because as we know it's a holiday. It is Invasion Day after all. But nonetheless, here we go. We are here for Julian Assange.
Bravo.
We think the man who represents us and whose offices this is really should get his game up and do something for Julian Assange, because what's happened is that it seems like we've been gaslighted. It seems like we've been lied to. And that's because a few months ago, Mr. Albanese said publicly that he had made representations to the US so that Julian Assange would be freed. However, former Senator Greg Harris has found out that in fact no representations, no records of any submissions, no records of any discussions exist to demonstrate that our Prime Minister in fact has done something about it. Now this is extremely concerning. Now we have on the one hand someone saying, yes, we've made representations to the US, we think enough is enough, we think this case should end. And then on the other hand, when you ask for freedom of information records, you get nothing. Now one would think we've been lied to, others would think that we've been created false hope that Julian Assange could be freed. And that is devastating to Julian Assange's supporters and to Julian Assange's family. Can you believe that? Someone like the highest leader of our country telling us that they've made representations to the US to end the sham prosecution against Julian Assange, and then nothing is found, not one record. Now other people say, well, what we have really is that maybe they've done this quiet diplomacy thing where you hush-hush, have conversations with other leaders. But we must know that even in those circumstances, there would be a record. We did have a chat to the US. We did have a chat to Garland. We did have a chat with whoever represents the US administration. No records have been produced when they have been officially requested. So we are concerned, and we are rightly concerned and also fed up. We are fed up because we keep on waiting. We are normal citizens saying, well, yes, our government is doing something about this. Around the world, people are doing things about Assange and getting Assange's release. We've got so many other presidents and leaders of other states speaking directly to the US and saying, how about you release Julian Assange? He's a journalist, he's a publisher, he has committed no crime. And remember also that next month in February, our government is going to hold a roundtable discussion of freedom of the press. That sounds a bit cynical, doesn't it? Can you believe our government? Can we believe our leaders? I think we have problems with that. I think we need to get a sincere, clear, transparent answer from our Prime Minister, from our leaders, from our Attorney General and so forth. When will Julian Assange be freed? When will he be back home? There's no point in this prosecution. Those people who produce records to WikiLeaks have already been pardoned. Why prosecute Julian Assange? Why not prosecute all the other editors of so many other mainstream media who published before Julian Assange did, who had the records before Julian Assange did? Now, we ask these questions because they are logical and because we have the right as citizens to have answers from our government that are sincere and truthful. And that is the task at the moment. We need to have Julian Assange released to his family. His health is precarious. He is a wonderful journalist. He has excelled at his trade. We are all proud that Julian Assange is an Australian citizen. So let's do everything necessary and promptly. Let's not delay the release of Julian Assange. That's why we are here today. Thank you.